Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about Manavati book. It was written by Vasanta Murthy. I hope so. She was going to share her experience in the supplementary. Vasanta Murthy was an doctor. She was going to share her experience when she was a little girl. Manavati board was an important chapter that takes place in Unit 2 for some standard students. Now we can see the characters. Vasanta, the little girl, uncle, old lady, the captain insane. Did you all travel in the ship? Now we can go to the summary. When Vasanta was traveling the ship, the ship was going to Singapore, so she was also going to Singapore uh, to visit her parents. She stood on the deck of Sister Jula, it was the name of the ship, and she waved her hands to her grandparents. The ship started moving from the Madras harbor. She was enjoying the experience because it was her new experience and it was her first time. She was enjoying that sea and the waves, each and everything. And she started to roaming here and there. At that time, she saw one of the person who was standing near to her. He started to ask about her personal details like where she was coming from, what was her name, etc. Patiently, she replied that her name was Vasanta. She was moving to Singapore to visit her parents. So they had a conversation, and suddenly she was started to exploring the ships, and she started to moving here and there, and she noticed that there was a swimming pool, indoor games, library, and furniture rooms, etc. So each and everything made her so excitement. Uh, so she decided that it was a big house, like a big ship, like a house. The next day, when they had their dinner, they hear the announcement from the captain that uh, there was a storm was wavering in the Indian Ocean. So everyone be calm and don't get panic about this. But the passengers who were traveling the ship, each and everyone get panic. And they started to pray aloud, "Oh God, please mercy upon us." But our little Vasanta was so excited to raise a child in the ship because it was a new experience, and also she was so happy. And she started to make a fun with an uncle who was sitting next to her. They both talking to each other. At the evening, a strong wind started blowing. The ship rocked to and fro. Waves were dashing against the ship. Vasanta was moving here and there. She didn't realize the challenge because she was ready to face that. And she went into the deck of the ship, and near the railing, she noticed a man was standing, and she decided that to talk with him. So she went near to him, and she tried to ask what was his name. At that time, she noticed that he was very sick and he can't able to stand in that railings. Suddenly, at that same time, a huge waves were lashed on the ships. The man was tumbled over the railings into the wild sea. She was shocked. She don't know what to do. At that time, she was started shouting. Suddenly, she heard a footsteps and she realized that it was the captain. She was so surprised to meet him. She pointed out the man who was in the overboard. Suddenly, the captain asked to stop the ship. The sea was so rough, so the captain told her to do what? But with the help of a lifeboat, she tried to save the man's life. Immediately, the lifeboats moved towards the man. The boat was too far, so they can't able to visit it properly. So the binoculars, now they can able to see what was going on that sea. The rescue operation was handled by two sailors. After the great adventure, they saved the man's life. Immediately, he was taken to the medical care and they gave artificial respiration to that man and they pumped out all the water from his body. After a few hours later, he became conscious. Vasanta also so happy, the captain also so happy because of saving the man's life. So Vasanta was sitting there, and she had a plan to roaming the ship again. Suddenly, a sailor was called her, and he informed that she should visit captain. She don't know why he was calling, and also she was so excited to meet the captain, but the sailor asked her to visit captain. So now she was in confusion state, so she decided to visit the captain. She went into the captain's room, and she knocked the room. uh, Captain opened the door and he was standing in the middle of the room. They both saw each other. So Captain went near to the little girl Vasanta and he asked her to close her eyes. Vasanta closed her eyes. Uh, then after when she was opening her eyes, she noticed that there was a big brown box. She was so excited, and the above the box it was written as with the best compliments of Captain Lindsay. So now we can know that Captain's name was Lindsay. Vasanta was so eagerly and she was so surprised and also she was more curious to open the box. Uh, with some curiosity to open it, she saw a lovely ship. The ship was so cute and in the ship it was inscribed as dear son and Rajula. She was so happy and she placed the ship carefully on the table with a joyful mood, with the happiest face. She hugged the captain and she kissed him. The captain also smiled and he appreciated the Vasanta. Then she walked happily with that box. With the proudly, she showed to everyone she was become the most happiest person on the boat and that day. So, if you do good things to others, one day it will return back to the reward. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.